The first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to choose a leaf for my leaf prints. I'm going to take my leaf back to my seat and I'm going to feel both sides of my leaf. You will find that one side of the leaf has veins that kind of pop out and have a texture. That is the side that I am going to paint on. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to write my name and my teacher code on one side of my paper, and then I'm going to flip it over. My messy mat is the mat that I am going to paint my leaf on so that I don't get my paper dirty. I'm going to take my paintbrush, dip it into the paint, and I'm going to start to spread my paint onto my leaf. Take a look at how I am coming from the center of my leaf and spreading it out. And I am spreading it off the edges of my leaf so that the whole leaf is covered in white paint. You can even paint part of your stem if you want that to show up. I've got a nice, thin, smooth layer of paint on my leaf. Then I'm going to flip it onto my paper where I want it to be printed. I'm going to take my yellow paper, which is my massaging paper, lay it on top, and I'm going to give my leaf a little massage. Pull your leaf off. You've got your first print. Wow, I can see all of the textures of the leaf, of the veins on the leaf. And now I'm going to try again. Starting from the center of my leaf and brushing out on my messy mat. If I want my leaf stem to show up, I'm going to paint that again. I do not want my paint to be too thick or else it will look like a glob on my page. I think I'm going to place mine this way now. Take my massaging paper, lay it on top. Give it another massage. And I want you to repeat this 6 or 7 times to fill your paper. Okay, now my leaf prints are complete. I have 6, and you can fill your page more if you have a smaller leaf. I'm going to take these 2 pieces, my leaf and my paper, and I'm going to throw them in the trash. I'm going to take my paintbrush and I am going to put it in the sink to soak. And I'm going to place my messy mat in the pile on the counter. Then I'll just be left with my prints that I'm going to add color to. You will either be using warm colors or cool colors at your table to add color to your background. I'm going to be using cool colors, blues and greens, and a little bit of light purple. I'm going to take my sponge, which has a different texture than my leaf. It has sort of a holey texture, a soft, spongy texture, and I'm going to create that texture of the sponge on my paper by stamping it and overlapping around in my background. So let's start with a little bit of green. I don't need very much, so that's why I'm not stamping it right down in the middle of my paint, just off to the side. And I'm not mixing my paints together on my palette. So I'm stamping it Kind of looks like moss. I'm overlapping a bit, but it does not have to be solid green. In fact, I like when I can sort of see the black background showing through. I don't need to wash my sponge. I can just go back to a new color when I run out of my first color. How about some light blue? That's pretty. I can overlap a little bit onto my green.